Alright, I'm back. More, Forge Guard, last Epoch. Oh wow, I never even adjust my camera. Um, I was playing yesterday and I was very weak, but, I could talk about this all day long. For 1,000 years. It just isn't, Oh, I did get a Forge Strike, so that should kind of cure my damage. I'm not, like, completely ignorant of, the difference between things. Like, I know that big damage and speed go hand in hand. But I really want to play Sentinel in spite of most of the time the mastery is not really doing that much damage. But I'm willing to use the fact that I played a lot more of the game in other classes. And I'm willing to just give it a chance. And even if it never really does as much as the other classes, I just want to play it for fun. Like, I don't want to be like... I don't want to play another class when I really want to play the Forge Knight currently. Not the Forge Knight, but just Sentinel in general. The Void Knight's good, but... I can always go back to that. Right now I'm using Vengeance, which is an ability that gives me stacks of damage for deep. Allowing me to basically attack enemies, punish them after they attack me. Once I get the stacks going, once I have it proc. Basically, yep. And then I just recently got my Forge Guard Mastery. Last time I played, I think it was like maybe yesterday, day before yesterday. I don't remember. And this basically spawns these weapons that attack enemies for however long they last. I don't really remember. That does the minion damage. It's like they might even do fire damage. And looks how they look. But yeah, I just really want to play a Sentinel in this. It only has a chance to spawn him, it's not for certain. But they'll do some good damage. I feel like a lot of these abilities are kind of stuff you'd find inside of swordsman class. Like in PoE they have like this swordsman dude. Something like that. Like multi-hit. Stuff like that would be found there. I'm about to hit level 20 soon. That will allow me to get another specialization. I like this Forge Strike. Not only is it a nice little attack, but it also spawns as weapons. I'd probably say that it's pretty slow. Sentinels are pretty slow in the beginning. Like, you can always just use Warpath. Like, Sentinels are pretty slow in the beginning. But I feel like they could really warm up or heat up because how tanky they'll be towards the end of the game, allowing you to kind of sit around more. Like there's like the lagoon fight where you fight the giant water god and he like traps you in a really small arena. Considering how tanky I'll be by the time I get there, it should be a lot easier to deal with that. Usually that's what happens, you get killed really quickly or something just one-hits you because you're playing fast hit and tank at all. Or having line of minions for like tank stuff, they don't do much damage. They can, but I've never met an Indian build yet, so I don't know what they can do. could have almost an infinite amount of them spawn. And it's gonna despawn when I spawn more using it again. Spawn. Spawn, spawn, spawn. Okay. Eventually despawn over time. Okay. So I'm gonna get shield throw. Just throw some more passive points in here. Risk resistance. Throwing attack damage. We'll probably start building this because shield throw is gonna probably be, you know, throwing damage. I haven't told people using the hammer build. They should have went Forge Guard just for the throwing damage, and you know, they were just playing like Void Knight, I think. I don't know. But you know, I'm gonna probably end up using a lot of shield throw throwing build. But the way they play the game runs, how you play Diablo 2, you just pick one ability and you max it out and you use that one ability or something, right? Something more like that, like just kind of min-maxing and playing in a min-maxy way. How you would play a different game. But I feel like this game doesn't let you go that far with the abilities to have that many points into them. It's kind of more about using all that to pick a build, like a type of damage you want to do. Like I wouldn't go and get like I wouldn't go Warpath and then convert my damage to Void and then play a Forge Guard and then have like hammer throws on a power, right? And just would group it all together. So really, at the end of the day, your build would be pretty simple once you picked what you want to do and had it going.
The cultists had a philosophy. The void transcends reality, and by embracing it, so could they. After all, this world was gone. If they devoted themselves to despair, would it welcome them? A form of hope. Desperate, worthless in the end.
Trying to distract him. At level 20, I'll probably have shield throw by then. So I'll probably upgrade, specialize in shield throw. I started reading One Piece manga. It's a little different, little pieces here and there, but I feel like it's a lot more satisfying, and I can kind of keep my brain together. Consider it a little more intellectual. To me, One Piece anime is kind of brain dead, and the voiceovers and all that. I usually like, you know, I guess I was watching it in Japanese more recently because that's what is available. But reading it is just so much better, like more satisfying. Like I can kind of form my own opinions. I don't have to worry about listening to the voice actors. And even the goofy art style doesn't really work that well in anime, but it works really well in the manga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have nothing to complain about really. I wouldn't watch One Piece. It's just so stupid to me when it comes to watching it. But reading it's just way better. I feel like a lot of times people get hung up on like the emotions, like they scream like "Ugh," like a mouse, like a girl, and like that's what you would just have kind of blow your head off in a way. Where like not even the actual emotion or it all going together, just like some out of place like murder scream, really. You know what I'm saying someone that like uses emotions full time would be like that. Someone who's emotional, I get tired of them being emotional. That's why I don't really like watching it. Like, get out of here. I like to kind of just be able to sit there and read it, and you know, even when they do like the big face, like when they react, and, like the face gets really big, the mouth gaping, like that, and that's kind of makes me chuckle. Like I don't want to hear them scream into my ear hole, and you know, it just makes me appreciate it more, where I don't have to worry about like it being kind of a shallow delivery by people voice acting. Like it's not the greatest voice acting, I guess. Like I love it. I love One Piece, but now I really, really love it. Or like I can just read it. Like all of the moments that are just cheesy in anime that you just kind of have to forget about because it's so cheesy you can't even remember such a thing. Or like in the beginning, Luffy's like in the town. Usually to me that's like a very boring part of the anime because nothing's happening. You know, it's like the very beginning of it. But being able to read it, it's just a whole nother experience. If you haven't read it but you watched it, I definitely recommend reading it. Like him wanting to be king of the pirates isn't cheesy, or I don't romanticize it. I'm reading it, I just appreciate the fact that, you know, I could read it and you know, like I can have my experience with it, not have to worry about someone ruining it with their cheesiness or the opinion of being cheesy. I feel like they ruin everything because they're like such human operators, you know what I'm saying? Like someone that uses emotions and their friends and all that. They just make everything cheesy. If it isn't like murderous and cool, it's like not worth even dealing with. Like I wasn't expecting myself to start reading the manga. You know, I was just trying to see what it was like and reading it and then read the whole, because I already watched it up to Wano, up to like the Japanese part with Odin and all that. But now that I've read it, I'm probably gonna read the whole thing, and it's gonna be much better. Even like when you get to the part where they go to the military base to get Zoro out of it, you know, it wasn't like super cheesy and unbearable just seeing the Captain Morgan's son or Lieutenant Morgan, I don't remember. But in the anime, it's just so unbearable. It's like you have to just delete a lot of it from your brain. I don't want to even think about such a repulsive type of weirdo person like that. But in the manga, it's cool. Javelin. I guess I could use Javelin for now. I don't have shield throw yet. Yeah, if you want to do a throwing build, I saw people doing the hammer throwing build. Yeah, like definitely just go for Forge Master. He has throwing capabilities, throwing potential. He has passives and stuff. I like Forge Strike. I just feel like people ruin stuff with their celebrity status, kind of drawing it more into them. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the voice actors aren't, and a lot of things aren't working together. They're just doing their lines. It's almost like they're just talking to nobody. I feel like that ruins certain parts of the story that need to be supported by someone who isn't a cool dude. Like celebrities should be doing celebrity things. The people that are basically big voice actors should do voice actor things. They shouldn't be thinking of doing like regular stuff. They'll just ruin it. He's a big star now. He's a big, cool dude. Like a live action's different. When there's actually actors, you know, and everyone's basically there, that's different. It's probably a different type of emotion and all that. Like you just can't start bullying actors for being Usopp. But like in the anime, it's just so I don't know. I don't like it. It's weird. It's like almost inappropriate how weird it is. I think it's a little better, but I know I'd be running through the content by now if I was on another class. Yeah, by this time, people who are like big streamers are done playing this. Like they've done their due diligence. And I don't think there are any big last Epoch content creators. I mean, I'm sure there are, but I feel like I would have heard about them by now or seen them. It's kind of like people would rather have this game be, not that they don't like it, but it's kind of the same thing with people who don't accept things because they aren't the same as them. Not because they're not cool, it's because they're not the same, right? Like I can just tell the way people act. Like I've never seen such genuine disdain for something that deserved it or had nothing to do with it. Usually it comes from people kind of creating an artificial dislike for things, or it doesn't matter. Like it's not the point of it actually good. It's just how they roll. Like anime, if you don't like anime, they haven't even watched it. They just decide not to like it. It's just not the same as other stuff. And I feel like I really thought it was going to be hard to watch that happen. Like watch people kind of force themselves not to like it or not to associate themselves with this type of stuff. Associate themselves with it. But it wasn't that bad. And I really don't think that the game suffered from that type of stuff. It's still a good game. It's kind of like when you have people that test the waters, you know, they'll mess with you to test the waters, and like if you have the qualities of like certain things, or if you smack them in the eyeball, then they accept you. So I don't know how a game would do that. I'm saying, like I don't know how someone would make. I don't know if you'd want that type of person around at this point. But as far as like making content for it, I feel like the game's a little too simple, and there's not really too much going on in the background or too much depth for it to be like some crazy content. Just be like some high-level gameplay to me, like doing the timelines, whatever those are called. Doing other timelines, you know, doing the monoliths. I think, yeah, doing the monolith's fate. or even kind of explaining, not like an infinite amount of like a source of infinite content. Kind of explaining the differences in the map. That'd be cool. Explaining how different timelines have different maps, but same map but different stuff going on because of what happened during those timelines, or what happened in this timeline affect this one. That'd be cool. But I've never been a part of anything like this where people would just go back to playing a more mainstream game. Like they would go back to doing something else. Like that's kind of interesting. And the only problem with it is we didn't really give it a side, nothing personally, so like in a lot of ways people have to play into that, like someone who's like a giant kid who bullies people have to play into the fact that they're still a kid, that is still in some ways vulnerable and not able to do adult stuff. And people that are like a victim, people have to play into it a little bit, kind of acknowledging a little validity that someone like that would have. Like putting themselves in harm's way, basically. And the more a community puts themselves in harm's way and is just a little victim, less likely it'd be that someone would even make some, content or even participate in it. Like I wouldn't even consider it reasonable to go to anything, just like you would go nowhere after that. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was like big into PoE and Diablo, I wouldn't return to Diablo after destroying this in like a very dismissive way, right? So eventually I would find my way back, but I'm just saying I wouldn't just go back the next day or in the same day. Like I'm not expecting people to do anything unreasonable. Like if people would just dismiss this game as just a lesser game or like a secondary type of thing, even though it's good, like it's not really worth the time, or it's not worth sweating about. Like I eventually wouldn't associate that game anyway, because people that didn't destroy it, didn't really defend it, or didn't even think that needed to be defended. You know what I'm saying? Like if people bully the same person every day, eventually I wouldn't have any reason to defend them. It'd be like, what is there to defend? There has to be like a quality or something to get out of this, defending them. Like if you're defending a video game out of the fact that it's a video game, humanity and all that, that doesn't even really matter. It'll be alright. Like all people cried about was Diablo the whole time, like in the beginning. And like Diablo is something people still cry about. No one cries about Last Epoch. Or it just isn't that big, so people would just not acknowledge it. At some point they would purposely not acknowledge it, or even not play it, to go back to doing other things. Like usually like I'm done. Like it doesn't have association with you doing something else, I'm saying. Like it would literally just disappear. Like people would like start sighing and just being pissed, because that's just how they are. And they just stop kind of acknowledging, stop following it. It only really matters that people do that because this game isn't really that big, I'm saying. Like they don't have to, but at the same time they didn't have to be really pissy about it, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's almost a problem with newer games anyways. They're so accessible. Like back then people did, always kind of have that sentiment of they didn't have that many games, or blah blah blah, or they didn't know that it was gonna be a good game or a bad game. Like sometimes it's a good thing because it allows the game to have its corner, to have its chance, more so than someone that could just go through a million games. Crit. Okay. I don't have a shield throw yet. Oh yeah, I'm about to get it right now, actually. Never mind. Here we go. Shield throw. Let's see what this does before I upgrade it or anything. Oh, that's cool. Ricochets. kind of plays more into line with me getting up close anyway. I was bouncing around. Maybe some more ricochets. Fire damage is good. Lava burst. I think this is going to be, I think this is going to, Forge Guard's going to give me all the abilities I need. I'm not going to need to draw from Sentinel. You have to have a shield, right? Requires a shield. So this is shield throw. That'd be good for like all the mobs, little mobs. Like, I don't want to be the, you know, the guy that protects Digimon or Pokemon's the biggest thing. Like, we're not really even going to give Digimon a chance. It's not even about what's good or bad. It's just popularity. Like, if people that are popular always... If people knew that people that are always popular would kind of bring things down and not even compete with them, they would get that they were kind of not even that happy, or they're super negative, you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm not like someone who can leave on the beach of World War II because I'm that stupid, but not know the war's over and you just go live normal life. Something like that would be insane. Like, I'm pretty sure I'll be playing this game for at least a couple more months. Maybe I'll play the game long enough, you know, just because I like to play it. Or there to be like some new content introduced. I don't know what their plans are. I don't think there's anyone that deserves to be perceived and measured by what people did to them. Like, I don't think this game should be judged on the fact that people just are kind of dismissive of it eventually. The shield is pretty dope. It's good for clearing out those little mobs. And I'm doing some fire damage apparently. Yeah. There we go. Let's just beat us up. There we go. It's kind of like World of Warcraft. Like, I understand that World of Warcraft is ran by a large community, that I don't have to do anything. Like, I could easily peek out the window and throw a rock at somebody who's playing, like, some other game. Right? Like, I understand the social trend that occurs in things that maybe aren't a social setting. Like, I know how to act immediately once I get somewhere because I know who's in charge socially. Right? Like, if I want to jump on Final Fantasy, people will be more accepting. Final Fantasy 14, you know, the MMO. People probably don't even know that exists, but it's pretty popular still. It's a pretty big MMO. People, I would know people more accepting of anime-esque things, anime girls, cat girls. And, like, I would know not to say anything, so I might do that stuff. But without these cat people, there'd be no Final Fantasy, so... You know, this is a good place to go if you want to say, well, do cat people deserve to live? You know, am I gonna leave cat people alone and let them live? I'd probably say, yeah, they haven't done anything to me. They're not even hiding the fact that they're cat people in this game, so it's whatever. I almost appreciate them more because they're not people that are just going to be able to cling to their normalcy and cry about things not being super normal. Like, you got to make it super normal then. It's like when you take somebody who's like a hypochondriac on a ride and they almost die. Like, I knew he was going to start screaming. But, like, there's no reason to scream. If your life's always in that much danger, like you're like a super normal, like, bland person, you don't need to scream about it. People get it. It's like you're almost putting yourself in a different type of crisis. Someone get kidnapped in a foreign land and they scream about it all the time. Like, eventually you have to kind of get a grip and get out of this place. Or attempt to. People that are super normal and cry about it not being normal when, like, you're just going completely crazy about some normal stuff. I need stun. Everybody's a chance to deal double damage. I'll take it. I'm down with... Wait. Right? I just want to enjoy the game. I don't want to be someone that has to be a cat person to establish a community. Like, there's already stuff like that. It's like, here's what I'm saying. I'm saying you have Final Fantasy 14, cat people, and, like, people in World of Warcraft who are way more normal. Like, if they retired from World of Warcraft, they'd be the most normal person in the world. And not really having to fight them or deal with them when I don't really need to go and fight them. You know what I'm saying? Like, for them, kind of not supporting other games that aren't the most mainstream thing ever. Like, I'm not gonna go cry about it. Like, I get it. I'm not stupid. I get it. But I'm also not going... Like, I'm trying to make it the community that it is, right? If the community that it is becomes cat, or not cat, normal, like, it really depends on that community. Like, I get it. There's... Like, I get it. Like, they don't want there to be a successful community. They don't want anything to do with it. Like, that's cool. But I just want people to, you know, have their community. I don't want to play against no community. That'd be stupid. Like, people are literally whining about Diablo being so bad. And then I'm pretty sure the same people who are whining about it are going to play it in a couple months. Or just right when they stop them. Like, that's kind of weird. You know, that's strange that you didn't complain at all about last Epoch. But you found a way to just jump ship and start complaining and playing Diablo again. And it's a very immature, weird thing to do. Like, you love Diablo so much, you just married it. Maybe one day they'll make me a spokesman for Last Epoch and give me an elevated position within the community. Like, once I'm playing Last Epoch, done streaming it for the day, I'm probably gonna go play some more World of Warcraft. And I can almost draw a parallel, not really parallel, a connection to where the community, World of Warcraft, could learn a lot from the Final Fantasy community. Not that they need to be cat people, but they need to, like, chill out for a minute. You chill. And then learning from a new community like Last Epoch that isn't probably gonna be that bad of a community. You know, you need to stop being such, like, an ancient community of toxicity. Just because they could be, right? It's like, you know that World of Warcraft would hold up still, even if people were toxic. Very weird, very mature. It's like, you know, you could be a little baby who babbles because you can get away with it. Like, that's insane. I think this is my favorite build visually, having the shield bounce around and, you know, getting up close and all that for the Sentinel. Let me see if I can use a shield there without the shield equipped. Oh, I could. I don't even have to use I don't even have to use a one-handed. I can use a two-handed weapon. Increase my damage. Let's go. Get me out of this desolate.
That's not possible.
Shield and sword build. Desolate. But I can't use shield rush, so I'll probably go back to lunge. So I'll go. And there's no movement. There's no movement skill, I don't think. I might not even have a movement ability. Let me count how many abilities there are for this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I might have to like drop Vengeance, drop Rebuke, drop Lunge for just a full set of Forge Guard armor or Forge Guard abilities, because I'm pretty sure between Forge Strike, Shield Throw, and Manifest Armor, I don't need Vengeance. And then Ring of Shield is the defensive ability anyway. I don't need Rebuke. You know, this all does like fire damage. It all does the same stuff, right? It's all in the same ballpark. Like you could easily get a mastery and still use all the old abilities, but I feel like they go together better. And I've already used the abilities every time I've played Sentinel to get to the mastery, so why not? It's like people have selective memory, and having selective memory and being manipulative always leads people not having any memory, because they didn't do anything for real and they already forgot what really happened because it didn't benefit them anyway back in the day. Can I break these down? Can I upgrade these? You can upgrade these? What the heck? See? I didn't know that. I'm really missing a big chunk of well actually usually I have like uniques in these slots anyway, so that makes sense. Yeah, you could upgrade these. Can you upgrade them? Okay, there it is, just lagging. Wow. I'm really missing like a chunk of my build, a chunk of potential, because I haven't been upgrading those. Silly me. Come on, bro. I should have known that. Higher level, I should have some legendaries I could use. Let me see, is a quiver. Wood cleave. Flames, that's like a wand. A scepter. What shield? A pretty good shield. Two-handed axe, necrotic damage. This could be pretty good. Does a lot of damage. Until I run with this axe a little bit. this is like more of a necromancer weapon, but at the end of the day I can use it, and it's an axe. And it might it might spawn skeletons for me, it's gonna increase my minion damage. I have the sword minions from Forge Strike, and also soon I'll have that big suit of armor that spawns like a minion I can get. I wonder how long it sticks around. Let's see. It spawns skeletons. Yep, spawns skeletons. And its range is ridiculous. Or it looks ridiculous. I'll probably be using this for a long time. Does 40 damage. Anything I'm gonna get that drops is not gonna do 40 damage. I wish there were legendaries simply for the fact that they have crazy affixes. Like one of them I got a long time ago on my Primeless spawned bees that attacked. Like I wish I had more stuff like that. I'm probably gonna play Primeless next time I play. Like I'm doing the Forge Guard, but next time I'll probably play my Beastmaster Primeless. I'm pretty close to finishing the game. And I'll be running monoliths. I'll probably be trying to get all the characters level 100 and all that. The ones I like to play. I like to play all of them, but the ones I really like to play. And like kind of pop off. Next time I play Lich, I'm probably gonna throw this axe on the Lich because of the necrotic damage and the skeleton spawns. And physical damage from me using the Reap ability. I feel like this game having a stash is cool because when I play Diablo, the stash never really works that well for me. Like I never have an item that works for the class. Usually just make another of that same class, which never really happens. I'm definitely speeding up though with the, you know, I even whooped him pretty quick. Definitely speeding up. What's my passive for my Forge Guard? It's cool. A lot of resistances. I already knew this is a tanky class. I really feel like if I were to use Vengeance, it'd really pop off. Because I can take so much damage, I can just keep swinging. You know, keep tracking them. I feel like being a part of something new takes a lot more preparation than people are kind of led to believe. Like if I want to play the new game, and it's an online game especially, you definitely have to be willing to be a part of the community. You have to be willing to keep the game alive for however long you're playing it, I guess. You know, I never really streamed a game when it first came out. It's like I'm not jumping from game to game trying to get, you know, the people coming in because it's new and everyone's gonna be watching it. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I was gonna play a single player game like a Dragon,
Farewell.
Infinite Wealth, but I just didn't get it, so I didn't play it. But I already know if the way I play like a Dragon, Infinite, or what's the first one? Like a Dragon Is that what it's called? You could like a dragon. That's it. Like I really play that one super heavily. Like I like it emotionally. Like I have a big connection to it. So like I couldn't just play it on stream. I just would be going. I'd be tearing myself up trying to do that, play it on stream and enjoy it. So I get that when it comes to new releases. You know, there's that opportunity for that audience. There's basically almost a giant audience for every game when it first comes out.
Yes.
Especially on Twitch, like you can tell, there's a big increase. There's a lot of people watching it first, right? And you know, it all comes with that, right? Like a big technique, not a technique, but a strategy you need to develop or something you need to understand is if you play new releases on stream, if you want to benefit from it, not just like I don't really care, but like if you were to try to benefit from it, like I try to do, you definitely would want to be a lot more prepared, a lot more understanding of what's going to happen. Hey, looking out, you'll have fun, you'll play it, you'll stream it, big audience, but it'll either hurt your channel because you'll become more of an obscure maker for the game, like a content creator, or it'll make your channel, right? This is important. It'll either make or break your channel because people only know you for this game and they only really come around for this game. So it's very detrimental. It's almost like it affects finer things, right? Like a finer things like a string. And you know, you can say your energy and your perspective are held together by stronger things like reason and logic. But once you start trying to stream new games and you can be made by them, or you can become obscure because you're the only one that plays them still, or people don't really associate you with you being successful in this game. You know, it could definitely damage your future. It can make it so you can hinder your future. We don't have ability to do other things because, I mean, you can always do them anyway, but people watch this. Why don't you play this? Like there's this guy that made it off Diablo, and he doesn't really play Diablo anymore like that, but he's super cool and people just let him do whatever he wants. But I already know that he really has to be playing Diablo. He's supposed to be playing Diablo. Like he's not known for other games. He's Diablo, so it's kind of like he just accepted it, maybe without reading the terms and conditions. Like you're the Diablo content creator now, you can't do anything else. That's what you have to do. And it's funny, but like it really could be that you don't want to get involved in new games, right? You don't want to be the guy to play the new game or to be the new kind of giant that is in this region of gaming, because you might get stuck. You might not get what you want out of it. It can even make you focus and force you to play and spend time doing something when you should be doing this. Like I could be playing World of Warcraft, building a more hardcore audience that are going to be watching World of Warcraft. Warcraft's going to be popular for a long time. I could be building that together, but I'm just not doing it right now. So like people won't be here for World of Warcraft. You know, it's kind of like saying if you come in, like, you know, people know about wrestling. Like you come into wrestling, you're like a clown who will take you seriously. You might not get that big. It could literally hinder your growth as a wrestler. Like everyone isn't Ric Flair. Like everyone isn't Hulk Hogan. Some of them are like clowns. Like that could hurt you. That's what I mean by kind of streaming. If you stream a game that's new, you can grow from it, or it can stop you from growing entirely because it's a very obscure game. And like people might leave you, like they'll close the gate and everyone else leaves the game, but you'll be playing it still or having to cover it and follow it and do all the content for it, right? Like I really would take the opportunity if someone said, "Hey man, you can be the big content creator for this game, but you have to only play this game. And you can't play other games." But you can, but you know they were saying that you really can't. They're kind of implying that this is what you're here for. And depending on the game, you know, I would do it. Like if someone said I had to play Epoch, I would do it. They can't play anything else. Like, okay. But it feels like I had to be the new like 2K25 or 2K24 basketball player person because there's no one that does that. Is that like that big and like that established? I probably would die if I tried to do that. It'd be over. Sports games are cool because it kind of still connects to sports in real life. Like, people know about people that watch sports accepting of the games. You're not gonna get like nerd mode engaged. But I'm just not. It's not my thing. I might say Forge Guard is the best mastery. Because every time I play the other classes, masteries, it didn't go like this. Like, this is getting to be really good. My Void Knight is probably potentially the strongest because it's a two-handed weapon build. Well, I don't know. They might have tweaked it or changed its bouncing. Where... I don't know. Relying on the echoes is kind of iffy anyway. A lot of times people consider your intentions and actions attack, so it's hard to even remove their like programmed responses to things and the way they're going. Like, I wouldn't want people to leave last Epoch to go be toxic, not understanding that people's intentions weren't to like destroy them and stop them from being the greatest World of Warcraft player ever. I guess that's their issue. If they couldn't let World of Warcraft be on its own, even though it'd survive, they're just like being whiny in a way. My throwing damage, please. I haven't tried using the volatile reversal. It makes you go backwards in time. Like that's for the Void Knight mastery. And like, why would I go backwards in time when it would send me away from the enemy? That'd be weird. I used it, it was cool. I'm sure it can pop off. Maybe there's a way to change that, like it travels, makes you like move or something, I don't know. I mean, you can only void rifts in either direction. A lot of stuff to get out of it. It's cool though. I just wish that they use a different movement ability. Maybe like stop time to bubble or something, I don't know. That like seems very counterintuitive as like a warrior to go backwards away from your enemy. Like somebody gonna do throw rocks at him. Or rock throw on a Void Knight. For sure. Pulled up my Steam Deck last night because I thought my computer was not my computer, my monitor was broken. First I thought my GPU. Then I thought it was my monitor, but it was just that the outlet my monitor plug-in wasn't giving enough power to turn it on. So like, you know, I took my computer, I turned it off, unplugged the cords, opened it, to see if my GPU was still working. So like the fans would spin when I turned the computer on, so I knew that the GPU still worked. And I eventually found out that the power wasn't sufficient. So I just had to get an extension cord and get a different outlet. But pulling out my Steam Deck, you know, I used it to upload some videos from Twitch, export them from Twitch to YouTube. And looking at my videos on the Steam Deck, kind of watching them, it just gave me a different perspective on the quality and how I was sounding and all that. It's pretty good. Usually I was listening to it through headphones and watching it on my phone or something. It seemed like it had like a certain scrunch to it. Like you have to scrunch your eyeballs to even look at it. Or I had to scrunch my eyeballs to listen and watch my videos. Mostly to watch it. And it was pretty good. The quality's fine. If you want to watch my videos in the best quality possible, just watch them on Steam Deck. I like the quality's there somewhat. Maybe like it being like perceived through other mediums like a computer or a cell phone aren't doing any justice. Dun, 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 dun. Yes. Actually, it's gonna be great because it's gonna go off my throwing damage. Mace Scepter, Sword, Axe. I'll probably end up using a sword or an axe, so I'll probably go Blade Master. Blade Master! You can dual wield Right, that'd be cool. A bit of dual wielding. Dun 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 dun. There's an advantage to using a shield because a shield throws like more damage based off my block chance. Critical hits. I wonder if there's gonna be more shield stuff for other other abilities. Maybe not shield stuff, but like maybe armor. I'm saying. Maybe in shield stuff. Yeah, like this is an increase from helmet. You know what I'm saying, so Forge Master seems like it gives you bonuses from. I'm guessing this is like your weapon, maybe. I don't know, but this is like the shield throws the shield. Manifest armor has the helmet. So that's cool. I always have a helmet on, so that'll be possible. For manifest armor. Wearing a shield, does that be based off of my shield? Let's see. Looks like it increases my shields. It'll do. Just comes with some other abilities. Saving a shield should be cool. It doesn't really benefit from that, but it adds to other stuff. This is a, what is this? Smelter's Wrath. No, it doesn't look like it's anything like that. Okay. Now I'm starting to get, streaming, I'm starting to get like the thirst and hunger to stream for at least an hour 30. Usually I would stream for an hour. I'd be satisfied, like I'm good. But now I'm like, an hour isn't enough. I gotta stream for an hour and at least gotta go over an hour, right? Almost 2 hours. I'm sure it'll get to the point where I'm streaming for at least 3 hours, 4 hours. I'm gonna start streaming Fortnite because Fortnite has such a positive surrounding when it comes to like streaming. I don't want to be like hindered by the work I have to put in to deal with like negative stuff. Like that's not gonna amount to anything. Streaming Fortnite is like just a freebie. And I don't feel like I have to tone down my gaming abilities. Not that I'm like God. Like I don't feel like I have to tone down my abilities. I can access new abilities and get better. I don't have to deal with stuff that doesn't amount to anything. I spend all my time dealing with a community like World of Warcraft just for people to consider it like a drama thing or like a battle, which is fine. Like if they want to see battle people on the internet, like I'll do it, but not if that's what I'm currently doing. Like getting to Fortnite would be perfect because it's more of like a positive effect, not a negative one, or it has an effect basically. It's good. So like I'm not doing that to be trendy, but once I do it for the positivity and the fact that it is a very trendy game, the trendiness probably never will come. The trendy train won't appear. Usually I know if the trendy train will appear. Or the popularity train. I'll probably end up streaming it. That's like a way, it's like almost a streaming medicine. Like I'll stream it, and at points where like I think that it wouldn't be a good idea to do other things. Like at night, and being sleepy, like that's when I would start working on sleepy stream through Fortnite. Yeah, I'm actually gonna say that Forge Guard is legit good mastery for Sentinel. If you want to play Sentinel because you like it, but the masteries are kind of failing you, because they're to me they're failing me. Not avoiding that. That's just different. It's not how I want to play a Sentinel. I just want to be a little tanky and, you know, stuff. More of a theme. Definitely try out Forge Guard. It's really dope. Once you get a shield throw to knock out a couple of the small mobs, and start upgrading your Forge Strike, it gets to be pretty good. It's a more of a relaxing thing. It's much more relaxing than I can.
Stand down or die.
I might go Sword and Shield just to get more bonuses for shield throw. And there's also bonuses that are given to me from other abilities like Ring of Shields. That'll increase my shield and all that. This game, the Sentinel has the best continuity. He has the best from beginning to end to high-end gameplay to monoliths. He has the best gameplay, I think, because you can struggle in the beginning, but you get stronger and stronger. And it's not like you're just tapping into some crazy level immediately, so it's like you're not spoiled by that. Like some classes I feel spoiled by how strong they are in the beginning, to where the end game content doesn't even feel that different. Like this feels good the stronger you get. It's like rewarding, I guess you could say. The other ones are just more of a survival thing because you don't want to die. They're so squishy. I think this is like Sentinel. I think Sentinel is the best class in the game, just as far as fun goes in fantasy. But if you're talking about great damage and slaughtering the game, if you could play any other class, not Primeless. You can play another class of Primeless, and Sentinel for like just popping off damage mode, and like you'll be satisfied with the results. Necrotic damage, chance to ignite unhit, increase fire damage over time, increase fire damage taken. Not that much. You meet enemies, you kill burning enemies around you. You have 10% chance on a burning skeleton. You know, I think I'm gonna use this instead because I do fire damage. And it's a mace, and it looks more appropriate for my class. You know, fantasy. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice the mechanics for the aesthetic. No. Sometimes you get so luck with it.
May a terror smile upon you. Farewell. Greetings.
Sometimes you have to look within.
Do not dwell on regrets.
I need to get another stash tab for the dang. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop for now. I want to drink some water and read some manga and all that. But yeah, I'm able to give a review of this game, but I know that to me it isn't deep enough. And there's nothing really hidden, like back here, nothing for you to need a review. I recommend going in blind, don't look at builds, just play it. And to me it's like an old PlayStation game, you just enjoy it. You don't even need to think about it, you don't need to plan nothing, you just play it. And it's fun. And the only thing that allows me to do anything crazy, like planning or anything, is because I'm streaming it, and allows me to kind of use my stream energy to do things I would normally do in this game. Like, I wouldn't even probably play Cultite normally, but because I'm streaming it, I was able to get into it. It's still $35. You can get it on Steam, $35. You can get the deluxe edition, you get some points, you get some some skins, some cosmetic stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. Oh wow, I forgot that it got dark, so now my webcam looks really dark. At the end of the day, I was talking to the mic, so like you can't even really see my face because I'm bent over talking to the mic. Fix my webcam before I go. Make sure when I'm talking to the mic. When I talk into the mic, I don't have to go off the camera. Because I kind of prefer to bend over to talking to it. Yeah, that should be good. Now when I bend over to talk into it, I don't have to get out of frame. And it looks like I'm not even bending over to talking. It looks like I'm just kind of, looking at the game, look at the camera. All right, I'm out of here.